of letting people back or getting back to normal business of life all over again. That uncertainty about whether the coronavirus and COVID-19 is going to be continuing to affect more people and more people are going to die because of this. And then there's the economic uncertainty about what happens to us. What about that trillions of dollars that have been doled out in economic stimulus payments and the debt, and how do we get businesses back? And what about the millions of people who've been furloughed or laid off or had to be let go because of what's happening during this crisis? How do we get back to normal again, or will we ever get back to normal again? Well, the answer to that question is that nobody knows. Nobody knows. It is uncertainty. And yet some people have the audacity to say to you and to me, don't worry. Are you serious? Don't worry. Well, Jesus said in Matthew chapter 6, verse 25, if you have a Bible with you or nearby, Matthew, it's the first book in the New Testament. Matthew records the words of Jesus in his most famous sermon that we have record of. He said, therefore I tell you, do not worry. And when you hear those words, you have to think to yourself, well, how realistic is that, really? I mean, can you really command somebody not to worry? Isn't that like saying don't be hungry or don't be sad? How does that work for you when somebody's told you don't worry? Don't worry about your job. Don't worry about your health. Don't worry about surgery. Don't worry about your kids. How's that work for you? Have you been able to stop yourself from worrying because somebody's told you that? Well, Jesus knew something that all of us know, but most of us have forgotten or tend to forget. And it's summed up in these 5 questions. Okay, so if you're out in the kitchen getting some coffee, come on back, because this sums up the whole message in what I'm talking about right here. These 5 questions. And Jesus knew something that most of us, and all of us know, but most of us have forgotten. And the first question is, who of you by worrying can add a single hour to your life? Who of you by worrying can add a single hour to your life? Who of you by worrying has probably taken a year off your life? Who of you by worrying has probably taken a year off of your life expectancy? Who of you by worrying is driving people in your life out of their minds? You don't poke that person next to you or elbow them. They're talking about them. Who of you by worrying is now driving the people who are living with you, who are having to stay at home with you all the time or listen to you talk all the time, who are driving people in your life out of their minds? Who of you by worrying has been able to upgrade your wardrobe or reduced your grocery bill by worrying? Who of you by worrying has been able to upgrade your wardrobe or reduce your grocery bill? And the last question is, who of you that's watching right now or listening right now by worrying has been able to add value